you can play in any chapter that you want. So you get to meet people from anywhere.
What's up, everybody? Jake, how are you doing tonight? Derek?
Doing fantastic.
We are living
Cool.
the dream.
Well, I'm in the wonderful Kirksville, Missouri.
Let's go Iowa tour.
So just so you know, I'm having audio issues, guys, so you guys go ahead without me.
Your video is coming through perfect. That's what sucks. You can't hear anything.
Yeah,
No,
I heard.
I don't think you can.
I can hear now. We're good now. I'm back.
Okay.
So it's a fun night. I'm here for the Iowa opener. It would only make sense that we didn't have internet issues. That'll be my only Iowa joke all night. Sorry, Paul.
Well, maybe not the only one.
That's true. Excited to be here. He's got a great field, good golf course. I almost went to college here in Kirksville. They have Truman State University. It was my number 2 on my list. So looked at playing golf here back in the day, and so I've played Kirksville. It's been way too long, unfortunately. So I'm looking forward to getting a shot at it again. So it'll be fun tonight. Derek had a good match this week, didn't you?
Well, kind of, sort of. Started off pretty well, and then allergies got to me and kind of stumbled away to the end. But, you know, in Birmingham, just helping out the guys down there, everything we did last year with those guys, just it's good catching up with everybody.
Definitely fun. Jake, did you play anywhere last week?
No. Since St. Louis, since I was down there for the golf show, and I played with John Todd, that's the last time I've touched my clubs. It's been a couple weeks. We've had everything from 75 degrees. Yeah, we've had 75-degree weather one day and then snow the next. So,
well, see, Jake, if you join Cut City, it travels everywhere. Isn't that right, Matt? Cut City travels everywhere.
I don't know what that is.
I'll say before we invite you to the show, I was going to say that the ball always goes left to right with us.
Always.
So no hooks. Cut City. But anyways, exciting week on the APT this last weekend. Had a lot of chapters have their opening events. I think we ran 15 events last weekend. So pretty crazy. I ran 2, Tamarack, Annbriar. Was really fun. But where are you playing? You guys have an event this weekend, right, Derek? Why don't you tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah, we're going to be at Flat Creek in Peachtree City, Georgia, private country club. There's south of Atlanta. We've got 29 signed up right now. Got a couple more guys that are looking to get in. So if anybody last minute wants to get in, I'm going to send pairings out sometime this night. I might be able to get you in.
There you go. Get after it. Sorry, if you hear all that beeping, my phone, I have customers just texting me constantly, as well as maybe Matt. Oh, Matt says, I hear nothing again. Oh, what a bummer.
Oh, looks like you're in charge now.
I guess so. I mean, Jiminy Christmas. They didn't plan out for this. That's for dang sure. And Randy, to answer your question, where's Jody? I fired him. Okay, so plain and simple. He just wasn't cutting the mustard, man. So we had to let him go. So that's kind of where we're at. I wanted to talk about Matt's event last weekend, man. He had 160 players in St. Louis.
I can only imagine.
160 players. Like, you know, my first event, I'm a little nervous about 104 guys. So, you know, it's going to be, luckily I got Matt Borgmeyer coming up for St. Louis to help me make sure everybody is staying on top of things and pace of play stays where it needs to stay. So it's awesome to be growing like that, you know, but man, that's a lot. Matt was like, I learned a lot from running a 160 player event.
It takes a lot of courage to do something like that.
Yeah. Well, it was funny because we were together in St. Louis at the golf show the week before, and the weather was beautiful. I played 2 rounds with one of Matt's members, John Todd. He was nice enough to take me out to his country club, and we got to play. It was awesome. And then looked at the weather for that following weekend, and it was supposed to be like 74 on Sunday in Kansas City, and it was like 71 down there. And then by Friday, it was 48 and up here in Kansas City. And yeah, so they ended up with a frost delay, but it was brutal. Yeah, so they did their best to try to get that tournament through and did as well as they could. I know they were a few holes short, but they went ahead and made it fair for everybody and paid out, and learned a lot about that. That's the problem with the Midwest in early season, is you don't know what you're going to get. That's why I've kind of stopped doing I used to do my first event used to be this weekend. Every year was this weekend coming up. And we'd have one day 70 degrees and you're in shorts, 75 degrees, you're playing in shorts. The next day it's 39 degrees and sleeting.
Yeah,
so,
absolutely. You guys have snow up there, and we have tornadoes coming through. So
right. Yeah, it's been a wild ride right now. This spring, man, early spring has been a wild ride. So hopefully the weather starts to break and we can start getting some tournaments in. We do get good weather. We're doing the Mid-Mo tournament this weekend. We'll have Jamal on a little bit later, talk with him about his first year. We got a good turnout down there, 62 players right now already. And it's
that's awesome.
We got some guys coming in from Kansas City, some guys coming in from St. Louis, and going to show all those Mid-Mo, those new players, what kind of tournaments that APT runs. So
there is a lot of sneaky good golf in the Midwest. So if anybody wants to travel out there, you got Kansas City, you got Iowa, Mid-Mo, go check those guys out. There's some sneaky good golf courses out there.
Iowa's spoiled. It is extremely spoiled. So they have incredible golf courses up there, even though they only have a short season. But Kansas City, we're lucky too. We've got a massive amount of good public golf courses in Kansas City. So, so it looks like we're about ready for our first commercial. Going to talk with our partners. Looks like you might be wearing one of their shirts right now. I'm sorry, I am not. Best golf shirts I've owned, man.
It's all I wear at this point in my life.
I literally have a box that I just got a couple days ago. Just opened it up, 3 new styles of shirts. So right now we're going to hear a message from our partners over at Turtleson.
So we have got to figure out the debate on that. Is that Champions Retreat in Augusta? We got to figure it out for sure.
I don't know. I'm actually I'm pulling up the schedule right now to look at some stuff. I don't know. I'm not privy to all that information. Unfortunately, we lost Matt, so we're kind of just, winging it here.
Back us up on the wall. We do our best work, man.
Yeah. Matt said his video is still awful. So, Matt, I can never forget about you. As many times you want to tell me that, I never forget about you. So they want to talking about, let's see, coming up here next, well, it's a couple months away, but we got the Memorial Day Classic, True Blue in Caledonia. It is one I really wanted to go to.
I will be there. My entire family will be there with us. And we got some guys from some good friends from Birmingham is going to go down with us. And we're excited for that one. I've never played those golf courses. I've done some research on them. They look phenomenal.
Yeah, I've heard a lot of good things about them. There's a couple guys up in Kansas City that travel and play a lot of golf, and they are raving about that course and looking forward to going down there. So I think my boy Cliff is going, and I think Alan's going, and some other guys. But yeah, everybody talks. Jody loves those courses.
Yeah, the good thing about that is you try to book those courses, during the summer, you're not going to pay the price that we have on the entry fee. So you're going to pay way much more than that.
Yeah, Matt just he chimed in about Friday. There's a Stableford event Friday at True Blue, looks like. So, yeah, Joe, I heard they had some issues with some greens. Hopefully they'll, that'll be back. As long as they don't have to resod, it should be up and running. I mean, look at all the PGA Tour courses. They pretty much lose the greens every weekend that they finish a tournament there. And it's usually within a couple of weeks they're back. So but they dry those things out, man. Those brown greens to get them fast. So
talking about dry greens and PGA Tour, TPC San Antonio is drying up in a hurry.
Yeah.
Today. Do you see they were struggling to hit greens? I mean, the scores were still pretty low, but some of these guys were hitting, wedges in that were still bouncing. And, when it comes to Sunday, it could be a totally new ball game out there.
I saw one of Spieth's comment, his tweet or something about he loves how pure the greens are and how fast they can get them rolling. So yeah. I'm a fan of fast greens, but man, when they're hard and fast, it puts it on another level why those guys can shoot those scores.
Yeah. Well, Spieth better get it together because he's my pick for next week. So he better get it going.
No offense, I think you picked wrong.
I think I picked wrong, but there's hope.
I do like Spieth, man. He is one of my favorites, but I don't. Let's hope he gets it. And then we'll go through. Let's see. We got Pub Links Championship at Annbriar coming up. I'll be there at that one. Same weekend as Streamsong. I was going to go to Streamsong, but with all the other trips this year, and I love Annbriar, so that'll be a big event. That'll be a 2-day event. We'll sell that one out for sure.
Yeah, looking at because Matt had his event there Sunday, and just looking at the video that they had there, that course looks phenomenal as well. It's my son's birthday that weekend, so I won't be able to attend anything that weekend, but Tim will be up there for that one. So
yeah, Annbriar, man, it's a cool course. It's the first time I played it last year. I knew it was something special when I'm driving, and it's just in the middle of I'm driving through a cornfield essentially, just farmland, and I'm like, oh, where am I going?
That's Midwest golf for you. You just drive out in the middle of nowhere, and there's a very good golf course sitting somewhere.
Yeah, so you just kind of start to see the rolling hills, and you're like, oh, there's some short grass over there, okay. And then you pull in, and there's a house. The owner's house is right there, and you turn right down the road. It's almost like you're going up his driveway, and then there's the clubhouse. And the course is beautifully carved out. It's kind of 2 different nines, but it's a well thought out course. It's got some really cool, really fun holes. It's gettable, and it'll punish you because it punished me. I did miss 2 eagle putts both days on hole 9. My longest one was 4 feet, so that was embarrassing.
We got to convert those.
Yeah, sorry, my dog is here drooling on my leg. Just got a drink of water. She's a big old girl. But yeah, so if you guys are in the Midwest, you're not going to Streamsong, not traveling out there, Annbriar is a do not miss golf course. I would say it's probably the best public golf course in St. Louis and around there. Yes, Joe, I did make birdie both days, and it wouldn't have mattered that somebody else made eagle both those days either. Anyway, so I wouldn't even got a super skin, but I felt pretty good. And it was funny because I hit bomb to drive over the bunker. Got the roll out on the speed slot. I think I hit driver 7-iron the first day to 4 feet. And then the second day I flared a driver out right. I had like 212 up the hill, and I hit a hybrid to 3 feet and missed both of them. So
we got to convert those. But the Pub Links Championship at Annbriar, and then Streamsong, that's all going to be June 11th and 12th. Check the website out, get in those. Those are going to sell out. Get in early. All these national events are filling up fast. Yep.
The deposit balance is one of the best things, man. It's one of the best things that they've come up with. That's great. I mean, guys can you got some love there from Timothy Miller. Guys can get in there, reserve their spot for a small deposit. It's fantastic. I've got players. I think my last event of the season might have already 11 guys signed up for it, and that's coming in August. That's awesome. That deposit balance is great. So take advantage of it, get signed up, reserve your spot. You don't want to miss out. You're not paying the full amount up front, guys. So take advantage of the deposit balance. We use it in Kansas City. It's used on the national, all the majors. So
Tim Miller's he's just jealous he can't pull off the white hat like I can.
Right back. I let my dog out.
What's up, boys?
Oh, we can hear you now.
I'm back on the live. Look at this. I didn't get kicked out. So life is good. Been listening to you guys. You guys doing some good work on talking about the majors.
Doing what we can do, Matt, while you were gone. I mean, I'm no Jody, but
Yeah, I'm just chilling here at a Holiday Inn, man. So having fun. But yeah, no, majors are good. A couple things to talk about. Friday event at Annbriar. We're going to do a charity event called the Hero Am. We're working out the final details this weekend. we'll have it posted on Monday, but definitely make plans to be in on Friday. It's going to be a special day. It's going to be our APT members are going to go out in groups of 3s, and we're going to pair every group with a local wounded warrior from the St. Louis area.
Awesome.
It's going to be a single day points event for APT members. So you're going to be able to play your own ball to get a practice round in, get points for that. But within the tournament, there's going to be a net Stableford best ball with your team of your pairing to win the inaugural Hero Am. All the money we raise that day is going to go, say, locally in St. Louis for a wounded warriors group that is looking to do some really cool stuff. They use golf to help treat PTSD and injuries and things like that. And so we're really excited to work with them. It's going to be a special day. Just finished booking a band for that night. So Annbriar, as you know, Jake, because you've been there, is known for their barbecue. They've got a 100-year-old smokehouse out back. And so we're going to do a big barbecue night and bring in a band to kick off the Pub Links, right? It's going to be a huge party. It's going to be a fun time. So definitely Friday, June 10th. You want to keep that on your calendars.
Well, count me in. I'm already signed up for Annbriar. So I'll, what time are we going to be teeing off on Friday? So I know if I got to leave super early or not.
You know, we'll, depending on how many people we get, probably the 11 o'clock to 12 o'clock range, I would think, will be the first tee time. So that way, you know, people that are coming in Friday morning will still be able to participate. But it's good because I was planning on putting you to work all weekend anyway. So Jody's taking Chris to Streamsong. So I'm kind of flying solo in St. Louis.
All right. Well, you know, I got your back.
I appreciate that. So, yeah, next up we've got we talked a little bit last week about Folds of Honor and partnering with these guys to raise some scholarships. I am probably more excited about this partnership with Folds of Honor than anything we've done on the APT so far. And we were able to roll out, if you checked your email today, you got the first chance to order our first effort at partnering with these guys is a t-shirt with 2 under, $25 a shirt goes straight to Folds of Honor. We'll talk about that here in a little bit. But you guys are just doing a great job hosting, man.
Did you say posting or hosting?
Either one. Hosting.
It's just all about having conversations, right?
I didn't say posing, so that's good.
No, you know, this is, I think this speaks a lot just to the culture that you and Jody have worked at, you know, to where directors actually know each other and talk and communicate and spend time together. And, you know, we all have that same goal. So that's, it's nice. It's talking to somebody that we talk to on a regular basis. So it's good.
Yeah, it's kind of fun. I know in the olden days where we first became friends, you know, this is one more than any of the directors that we knew. So on this call, it's pretty much just me and you, you know, running on our own out in the Midwest. And so it's been really fun to be part of the team culture and be able to travel around and see these guys. And I'm looking forward to this weekend, obviously Iowa tomorrow, and just want to give a shout out to Paul Schmitz. I know you've got to work with him some too, Jake, but what a fantastic job he's doing in Iowa.
Yeah.
You know, in year 2, he's just exceeded all expectations. He's working his butt off and doing really good things. I mean, he's killing it. He's got great golf courses up here. You know, Blue Top Ridge, his Blue Top Ridge event, June 5th and 6th, it's a Sunday, Monday, is it arguably one of the top 5 golf courses we'll play all season. Certainly for the price point, probably number 1. And so definitely check that out. It's a casino property just south of Iowa City. Not super hard to get to. You can fly into Chicago, drive a couple hours. You can fly into St. Louis, drive up, fly into Des Moines and go east. A little bit of a drive, but a really cool casino destination. It'll be really fun. So from there to, you know, down to Columbia, we'll be together Saturday and Sunday for Midmo. And then I'm going to see Russell Cook. So I'd be remiss if I didn't mention Winddyke on the call. So I'll be there in Memphis on Monday. So that early morning tee time on Monday is going to hurt a little bit, but it's all good. That's what we're for.
Yeah, I would have done Blue Top Ridge, but I've got my own tournament on the 5th. So otherwise I would have definitely been there.
Right. No, when I saw he did that, I put a tournament on the 4th that's like on the north edge of St. Louis. So I can just drive up the river and we'll be there. So I'm looking forward to it. But anyways, we got to take a quick break, check out a message from our friends at 2 Under, and then we got to talk about our partnership with them some more.
2 under. Quality fabrics, no roll waistband, Joey pouch, elevate and separate, no chafing. What more could you ask for?
Elevate
and separate.
Who was it that said it, that Ricky's new logo should, instead of be elevate and separate, was like hit, lose, and drop or something like that? Or hit, look, and drop.
I was like, we can't laugh like little girls on here for the next 15 so Jake, like we did the last time. So we have a show to do.
That was hilarious.
But
and Randy, to answer your question, no, I'm closer to D3 than I am D1, brother. That's I don't play a lot of golf anymore, unfortunately. I don't play in my own events, and then the businesses are just crazy right now. So no, I'm closer to D3 than D1.
Don't let him kid you. So, I mean, you did take money off one of my Division I Player of the Year last year.
I did take some money off of him
at his home course.
Players play when it's time to play.
Exactly.
The putter was working. All right, the putter was on fire.
That's true. I'm glad he's probably not watching this, so we won't see anything blow up in the comments. But it is what it is. But man, I gotta tell you, I'm excited about this Folds of Honor deal. Have you seen the shirts yet? The pictures we sent out?
Yeah, they look awesome. I want to order 10 of them, but my wife's like, yeah, let's not order 10. Maybe 5's all right.
Right. Well, there's only 2 colors, so if you start with 2, so we thought about producing more, but it's been kind of interesting because a lot of people have, in the pre-order, it's interesting how they come in. There's so many people that just ordered both colors. They're like, I want that, and it's just they're going quick. So the good news is we've got plenty of room to get your order in if you want one of these T-shirts. They are phenomenal. The fabric. Have you worn any of these yet? You got one at Tournament Champs, Derek. Why don't you talk about the 2 under shirt, how good it is?
Well, first off, they're awesome because my wife stole it and wore it. So that's the only way I can tell you why they're awesome. I did not get the chance to ever wear it.
Right. I am lucky that I own the tour and that the stuff is warehoused at my house. So I just gave Allie her own. So I still have mine.
Yeah. I lose a lot of my stuff.
Yeah. All the stuff we have it's top-notch stuff. It doesn't make it far.
I just started buying her one. I order myself a hoodie. I order her a hoodie.
Yes, that is the pro tip for the night, guys. If you're ordering 2 undershirts, order 2 because your wife will steal it. Maybe that should be their new marketing slogan. What do you think?
There you go.
Sold.
Can't just buy one. It's like a Reese's peanut butter cup. Can't just eat one.
Right. They should just come in a 2-pack. I mean, all of our 2 under comes in a 2-pack. So they should just make the T-shirts come in a 2-pack.
She's not taking my 2 under. I will say that.
I'm just going to stay off of that one. I think this is a great point to bring in our member for the day, Mr. Cliff Austin from Kansas City. So, veteran Division III extraordinaire. How are you doing tonight, Cliff?
Good, boys. How are you?
I'm doing good. This is going to be an awkward interview because I'm looking on my phone and I cannot see you or me in the bottom left. So I'm talking to you and just staring at Jake and Derek. So that's
you want me to just move my mouth as Cliff talks? I'll just
we might as well. But so it was good seeing you, Cliff. Came down for Annbriar last weekend. Got to go to dinner on Saturday night, and so appreciate you making the drive over to the Lou and supporting. And how do you feel? I got a good question for you to kick things off tonight. How do you feel about your points transferring when you travel? You want to talk a little bit about that?
Yeah. So I mean, coming from a couple other tours, before the APT started that shall not be named, when you travel, it didn't matter how well you were going to do, you're only going to bring 75% of your points. So at that point, it was go travel, have fun. If you win, yay, but it doesn't matter for the player of the year. I mean, we're all pretty busy. So if you have the opportunity to make up an event at somebody else's tour and you get full points, it's double benefit. So, I mean, it's not something that is duplicated anywhere.
Right. No, it's certainly been fun. And, speaking of skipping events, I got to skip an event in St. Louis coming up because I'm going to be down with you at a Golf Week Raider retreat. at a little place called the Patriot, and we're going to go hang out with, the founder of the Folds of Honor. So why don't you talk a little bit about, what it's like to partner with Folds of Honor and how you're looking forward to that event and all that good stuff.
Yeah. So those that might not have met me, I mean, there's probably a few that I haven't met if they're new, if I haven't met them, because I'm all over the place. But I served from 2001 to 2009, a couple tours in Iraq and a little bit of work in Africa. So when I got out, golf really, I never played golf growing up. I was a football guy, a baseball guy, that kind of thing. So blew out my knee playing national travel softball and needed a competitive outlet in 2015, and that's when I started playing golf. So I've always been looking for a way to, looked into Wounded Warrior, and there was Hunting for Heroes in the Kansas City area and things like that, to be able to try and give back to, some of the guys that I was with and that went through similar situations as me. But I mean, this is the major leagues. Like, Folds of Honor, everybody knows them, everybody hears about them. They do, some of the best work, not only for, veterans, but for the families as well. So I think this is a great opportunity to be able to meet some, more like-minded people and really help out a cause that, needs to be focused on continually.
Yeah, definitely. You want to tell us a little bit more about your military background? Talk about a little bit about what Folds does, and just kind of tell the story a little bit.
Yeah, so I joined in between my freshman and sophomore year of college in the delayed entry program because I like to go out a lot during that time. So I attended more bars than I did class. So I need to figure out something. And about 2 months after I joined, 9/11 happened. So I was quickly de-enrolled from class and found myself in World War II barracks at Fort Bragg, preparing to deploy. So I was lucky to be in the special operations community. So I worked with a lot of just top-notch, high-speed, like crazy good dudes that some of the things that they did, you guys, you couldn't wrap your mind around. So, I did more than some, but a lot less than a lot of others too. But I mean, the community, when you go to overseas with people, those are friendships that, you might have had friends for 20 years from school, but it's not the same. So the Folds of Honor thing, giving scholarships to, family members from, fallen soldiers and things like that. It's just support that it's not found anywhere. I mean, you see a lot of horror stories about people making up, organizations to try and help, but then you find 90% of the money goes to the people who work at the company. And so, so you hear a lot of those things, and you really rarely see companies do the kind of work that Folds does. So I'm super, super excited.
Yeah, I think it's really good. I think one of the key points, I wish Jody was on tonight to talk about it a little bit more, but when we started even dreaming up our first conversation about the APT nationally, we wanted, giving back to be a key staple of what we did. And, we had all these different ideas for charities and what was near and dear to our hearts, but we really decided to, let our chapter owners get in, talk to them, go around, meet the membership, see what our tour is really passionate about, because we really want to get everybody on board and make a significant difference in our communities and around the country as a whole with how we give back to the APT. And just meeting, the veteran influence in our tour is really strong, and our members' passion for the military, and to have an opportunity to partner with an organization like Folds, like you said, 91% of every dollar goes directly to families, and the mission and the work they do. It's such an honor to be a part of them. And so, we're starting small, obviously working with 2 Under. Special thanks to Jack Curry and those guys for working with us to be able to do what we're doing with those guys, and to be able to do this shirt. We'll have some more obviously for sale at our Memorial Day event. If you guys come out to that, we'll have everything in and ready for that. We'll be doing some other things around some of our majors this year to partner with Folds of Honor, but we couldn't be more excited to get to work with those guys and raise some money. And I can't wait. My goal is really to present a check to Mr. Rooney when we're down there at the Patriots. So I would love nothing more than to be able to put the first of many scholarships funded by the APT out for those guys.
And I don't think that Folds understands how big of a military influence our tour has. I mean, I've probably played in 100 events over the last 3 years, and I don't think there's ever been a group that I've played in where there hasn't been a veteran in the group or somebody, their father, son, daughter that has, that's a veteran. So every single group I play with somebody with, veteran ties.
Yeah, definitely. It's going to be good. So I guess on a more or less serious note, you're probably going to be one of the volunteer cameramen for this match that Jody and I are going to do with the Patriots to try to raise some money for Folds. It'll be a handicap match. I've got to give Jody strokes, unfortunately. But who do you think is going to win?
It depends. I mean, I think it's a toss-up either day. If the Jody I know shows up, you better bring your checkbook. But those ones are tough days to come by lately.
Yeah. Well, since Jody's on here, I'll start the bidding of bets here. Jody, I will pledge $20 for every par putt you make outside of 10 feet.
Ooh.
You're going to lose a lot of money, buddy.
20 times 18.
With that, I've got $25 a birdie.
There we go. So prop bets are okay. We can have some fun. We'll have some side bets. It'll be like the match for real, except all the money raised goes to Folds of Honor. So we'll send out some more details. It'll be the Monday after the PGA Championship. We're playing the Patriot. I think 9 a.m. Central Time. So great way to skip out on work for some shenanigans on that day.
Well, Tim's
I'm looking forward to it
too.
What'd you say, Jake?
I said Tim throwing in some $25 a birdie. We're gonna have to keep track.
Write it down.
Write it down. Chris, you got the notes?
Chris, you're on this.
Hey,
Make Chris
I want
work
to
for
know
his
why
money.
Russell won't give $25 a birdie to me. That's kind of BS here. Equal opportunity on the birdies here. It's going to a good cause, Russell.
They're gonna have the best round of their lives.
Right?
We haven't told everybody we're playing the senior tees.
You're supposed to know.
But it'll be a good time.
The short course.
Yeah.
So playing the short course. Yeah, we're teeing off from the family tees, 150 yards out, par fours. But
Putter only. Putter only.
if it's putter only, my money's on Jody. That's all I'm saying.
I'll take that bet for sure.
I saw a guy play a whole round in Phoenix last year at a tournament putter only, and he won his division. Yeah.
Wow.
He shot like an 87 with his putter only. No, I asked him why he did. He's like, "Oh, golf's too boring the other way." I was like, "Well, okay." So,
What
I think
works?
you actually told me that story on the drive to TPC last year.
It's true. So answering conversation, senior North American Championship, guys, is September 25th through the 27th. It's that week. It's Sunday through Tuesday of that week. If that's the 25th through the 27th, I'm right. The ink is still wet on the contract, so we'll have a course rotation for you next week.
Hey, Matt, I know I'm coming in late here to the conversation, and I know Jake and Derek are doing a good job of talking about events that are coming up. But I have an announcement, too, for Omni Bedford Springs coming up in just 4 weeks, the end of April. We have a Friday event booked at Rocky Gap Casino. We're going to cap it at 60 players. So Matt and I will get together. We'll get that posted on the schedule here in the next day or so. But Rocky Gap Casino, it's the only Jack Nicklaus signature course in Maryland. It's less than 30 minutes away from Omni Bedford Springs. So it's just right down the road, top shelf place. And for those of you who are degenerates and want to go gamble a little bit, that's available to you as well. So it'll be the Friday before Omni Bedford Springs.
Nice. So we'll get that on the website this weekend for you guys to sign up for. The other thing we should talk about is senior options at the majors coming up. So Omni Bedford Springs, there'll be an optional senior net division if you want to participate in that. We had two people max out at TPC San Antonio. Our next guest almost maxed out just in Division 3. He's not a senior, so he didn't get 2 income streams, but he still almost made $1,000, which was cool. But Memorial Day and Annbriar will both be senior division double dip opportunities. So if you want to play both tournaments in one, if you're over 50, you'll have the option to at both of those events. And so something a little different. It worked really well at TPC San Antonio, but other things to look forward to.
Very cool. Everybody's just staring at each other now. Cliff, are you going to Omni?
No, I don't know why I had to withdraw. There was something that came up where I couldn't make it.
Yeah, Jake's opener.
Oh, yeah, that's what it was.
I knew you were going to work that in. You're sold out. You're sold out season opener.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I've got to defend, so I had to go back and play.
104 players, so get those rangefinders ready.
It's gonna be a fun one. Looking forward to seeing that one go. So you enjoy your season opener with over 100 players, Jake. It is so much fun.
Yeah. So we'll find out, huh?
So good thing you have Borgmeyer.
I know he's a savior.
He's a good dude. But anyways, we got more stuff to talk about when we come back. From a message of Blue Tees, we're going to interview our TPC San Antonio Division 3 champion, Mr. Scott Ponywas.
What up, guys? My name's George Gankis. I'm a PGA Tour coach out of Westlake, California. I teach all sorts of players. I got PGA Tour players such as Matthew Wolff, Sung Kang, many others. There's nothing more I trust than Blue Tees when I'm trying to hit that yardage. It all starts with knowing your distance.
There he is.
What's up, Pony?
What's going on? Excited to join the party now.
Yeah, it certainly is a party tonight. We're gonna have some fun.
Yeah, it seems like the Holiday Inn is hopping tonight. And
The Holiday Inn is hopping. There must be 1 million people on this internet right now because it's giving me all kinds of problems tonight.
well,
I mean,
there's
it's
probably not a
perfect.
lot going on. And
Yeah. So sounds like I need to get with your card program to get some better benefits, but Kirksville, Missouri doesn't have a huge host of hotel selections.
well, we can hook you up. So
I appreciate that. Holiday Inn was the top of the list of choices.
We lost his audio. Matt, we lost your audio. I think you're back.
Am I back now?
Yeah.
There he is.
Okay, my bad, guys. But anyways, Scott, champion, TPC San Antonio, Division 3, $940. How does it feel?
good. It was actually $950, I think.
$950.
Yeah.
And I was shorting you. You got paid $950. It's okay to short you if I say it was less than it actually.
Well, I want to make sure you guys get credit because you guys are actually paying out. So
Well, we try. Jody yells at me. I'm just kidding. But TPC TPC San Antonio, obviously we paid out over $10,000 in Visa gift cards with a field of 128 players. We're pretty proud of that. We're excited about it. By the players, for the players, one of the things that everybody, Cliff, I know you can chime in on this. Players want to be able to actually win some prizes, right?
Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, the trophy's what matters, but we like to at least win back our entry fee.
That's true. I mean, trophy game was strong too. Don't even hate.
Trophy game's been strong.
So
I mean, money's one thing, but the experience is, I think, the big selling point for most of these guys. You know,
Yeah, when you show up and get treated like a pro, it's
Yeah.
a totally different ball game after that.
yeah.
this is true. Well, speaking of getting treated like a pro, how about playing where the pros play 2 weeks before they play there? How was the TPC San Antonio experience, Mr. Ponywas?
It was honestly incredible. So I played last year, and again, I think we were 2-3 weeks out. Course is just in phenomenal shape. Last year was COVID. This year, obviously, they were in full force. I mean, all the stands were going up, all the workers were out there getting everything geared up. But I mean, the course was just pristine. The greens were rolling so true. The other great thing is, I mean, already watching today, quite a few of the same pin placements out there. And I think a couple of those that were out there are also going to be featured on Sunday. So
Right.
for better or for worse, which it's just such a cool experience to, when you step up on 16 and they have all the bleachers up around you already and you're teeing off and they've got the tee boxes marked off and you're right in front of where they're teeing off and, playing into the same pins and, watching the same shots that they're hitting on TV today. And, it's just such an incredible experience. And there have been so many courses like that this season too, this season and last season that are in the same boat. So
Cool. So what do you think for the Oaks course at TPC San Antonio? We'll just talk golf specifically. What do you think the most intimidating tee shot or intimidating shot? It could be an approach shot because like the second shot at 18's got to be on top of the list or close to it. What's the most intimidating shot at TPC San Antonio, do you think?
most intimidating, honestly, I feel like it was probably 15 just because you're looking at all these bunkers and the tee shot, you just feel like you have zero space.
Right.
I think every time I've played it, honestly, I've put it in the bunker on the right.
Yeah, I love that hole because like there's so many little idiosyncrasies you learn about the golf course that you don't see on TV, that you get to experience when you play. Like 15 is a good example because you're looking at that tee, and it looks like you run out of fairway really quick into that bunker, but you don't because there's that big dip there. So you can really put it out there, and it'll kind of slope away from that bunker on the right, but you don't really get to experience that on TV, right?
Yeah, no, that's a perfect one. And then number 3 too, honestly, is one of the most intense par 3s, especially with the way the winds were whipping. It was like super narrow depth. Well, I guess, not a very deep green. And then you also just have this huge ridge that I don't think you really can tell on TV, but it's got to be feels like a 10-foot drop that just shelves down.
Right.
And if the way they had it for us on Sunday, pin tucked back, I think 3 of us tripled.
Fair.
In our foursome, yeah.
I don't-
And then one par, maybe a bogey, I forget. But yeah, it was brutal.
I don't think there's an easy pin on that hole. When we played it last year, it was at the base of the hill there. I actually putted, lipped out. It went up the hill, came back, and lipped out again. I had 2 lip outs with the same putt with the pin last year. It was crazy.
Yeah, I think there's some good ones out there. I think, everybody talks about the second shot into the par 5 on 18. I think the tee shot is no joke because it looks like it almost sets you up to hit it into the right desert, because you look down the side and everybody's like, oh, yeah, this is an easy tee shot to set this. It's not an easy tee shot for those guys. It's just kind of an interesting how you see the different things and, the undulation that comes in where you're kind of hitting into a blind area of the fairway there. And then you get there and obviously, Mickelson made 10 last year on 18. So
I don't think that's the worst score ever made on that course by a pro.
I thought you were going to be dogging Jody's 11 there, and then you said by a pro. So I was like, man, that was mean. I'm just waiting.
Didn't
He's gonna
Kevin
pop right
Na
back
had a
in
19 or
and
something
start dogging me in a second. So I'm
Yeah,
just
you're the
waiting.
one that brought that up.
Well, I'm just saying, man. There's some good things around that place. So, so what are you watching for in the weekend, Scott? What's the winning score at the Valero, you think?
I mean, honestly, already seeing these guys go down to 7 under, I think is where the leader was. I didn't catch the very end of the broadcast, but I mean, if the winds pick up and the greens dry out, then hopefully that'll slow some stuff down as far as low scores. But I mean, if these guys are at 20 under, probably is probably going to be about the target.
Yeah, after playing the Oaks course, how stupid is it that a pro can shoot 20 under par there in 4 rounds?
Yeah, especially with those pins.
Yeah.
That's
And
why
greens
they're there.
Yeah, the greens as fast as they're going to be.
Yeah.
Definitely. Well, let me ask you one more question. Appreciate you coming on. 2022 major schedule, rest of the year. What's the one you're most looking forward to?
Honestly, Chambers. I happen to have grown up with Jay Blasey and his brother, who you guys had on before. So for me, I haven't been able to get out there yet. And, just growing up with Jay and being able to play his course and just, knowing how, from when he was a child. But that's probably my big number one. So Labor Day weekend will be a good time.
Yeah, looking forward to that. Booked our flights last week and can't wait to get out there and hang out with the West Coast. Got to give a shout out, Jake, to Warren Otley. 40 guys at his first event at Whitehorse last weekend. He's doing some really good things up in Seattle, and so it's going to be fun to be able to get up there and spend some time with him as well. If you're in the Seattle area watching, man, check out what Warren's doing on the APT. Doing some great things.
I agree. I'm looking forward to that one. I mean, Joe and Randy also pointed out Paynes Valley, and I'll be there as well in Chambers Bay. I think it'll be a toss-up. I've played, I've played out in Branson multiple times. Never played Paynes Valley though, but Buffalo Ridge is my favorite course within 6 hours of Kansas City. So I'm looking forward to Paynes Valley, but I just think that just like Whistling Straits right now that's my top course that I've ever played. That was so much fun. So Chambers Bay, I'm looking forward to seeing that one as well, seeing that layout and walking that course. Boy, I got to start walking. Man, I need to start walking.
It's the hardest walk I've ever had.
Well, Whistling Straits wasn't easy from 7,600 yards.
No, but it's, if you can believe it, it's hillier. It's crazy.
Yeah.
It's my T1 in the continent. So with Kiowa Ocean Course.
Cliff and I have a nice rental up there, so we got a cool place to stay. So we're looking forward to going up there and having a good time.
Right, Derek, what major are you looking forward to?
I mean, for me personally, it's True Blue and Caledonia. I mean, 2 awesome courses, and my family's going, and there's a beach there, so I'm sold.
Right, you'll if you've not played True Blue in Caledonia, it needs to be on every golfer's bucket list. I lived in Myrtle Beach for a while and didn't get to play them until last year, and they are so good. 2 really good golf courses. If you've never played a Mike Strantz golf course, it's definitely something you want to experience. It's very different, and so highly recommend those. Cliff, what are you thinking?
Yeah, I think Chambers is probably what I'm looking forward to. I mean, growing up in the Midwest, I mean, you've played a lot of the hilly golf and, in Missouri, that kind of thing. It'll be cool to play Paynes, but Chambers is definitely to go back and have another crack at it.
Right. Yeah, I've never been to Chambers. I'm dying to look forward to it. Jody said it's in his top 3, and I've played one of the other golf courses in his top 3, and it's my number 1. So if it's in his top 3, I've got to play it.
Yeah, we're going early, and I think we're going to try and get on Gamble Sands and the TPC out there, the private TPC for, before we start really getting into the competition. So we're going to be out there a while, playing some good golf, getting some good weather, pray for low winds and no rain, and just go from there.
Good luck.
Right?
Is that possible on the West Coast out there?
I've seen it. I've heard about it. I don't know that I've seen it before.
Yeah, exactly. Well, we just need to bring in, I think, let's bring in Jamal. We got to talk to Jamal, our Mid-Missouri chapter owner. What's up, Jamal?
Hey guys, how's it going?
It's good. How are you? What major are you looking forward to the most? You got to rep Mid-Mo.
I know it's got to be the Paynes Valley.
There we go.
That's going to be a fun time. It's a great track, and there's a lot of things to do. It's a nice little resort area that's coming up, and it's a great place to play. I got a chance to play there last year, and top notch.
Nice. Well, we thought we'd bring you on tonight. Jake and I had to fight over whose member you were last year, because I know you split time between St. Louis and Kansas City, and you got sick of us fighting over you, so you and Otis decided to start a chapter in between us in Mid-Missouri.
Exactly.
So why don't you tell us about that?
Yeah, with having the tours and on both sides of the state in Kansas City and also St. Louis, there was an area of the state right in the middle that has some really good golf, a lot of talent. But the other part of it is there's some really good golf courses as well. And so that was kind of underserved. And so it was a great opportunity to expand the fastest and best expanding tour, amateur players tour in the country. So we've been doing this is obviously our first year. At first, there was a little bit of apprehension about, oh my gosh, how's this going to work out? Are we going to get players and everything? But I think it was said earlier on the call, I tell you what, the environment of working with all the chapter owners, the camaraderie that's been built, it almost feels like, family. So every step of the way, I've had somebody there to help me, to help ease what I was doing. Earlier today, we were talking about Jake. Jake took a guy that he could have easily had come over to his tour. He said, no, go join Mid-Missouri because we're all in this together. And it's those types of things that happen that make me feel really good about belonging to this family as a chapter. And then putting on tournaments, again, our slogan is, by the players for the players, and that's exactly what we're doing. So it's pretty exciting.
I know Jake and I are both excited to come down and help get the kickoff properly at Columbia Country Club. Man, that place looks beautiful. So why don't you tell us a little about the event this weekend?
Sure. So our first event is the Mid-Missouri Inaugural Classic, and we're hosting it at Columbia Country Club. It's one of the nicest tracks in Mid-Missouri. It's an old-style country club. In fact, at that track, we've got a plaque right there on the #1 tee. If you guys are playing, Cliff, I know you're coming over, and thanks, man. We'd love to have you. Get over and check out that #1 tee. There's a little plaque there about when Ben Hogan and Sam Snead played there. So this place is steeped in history as well. But man, the greens are usually rolling really nice, fast. The front, it's kind of like 2 nines. We had some things happen there at the club where we had to change some things around. So we have the traditional front 9, which is what you would think of country club, tree lined and all that. And then we have a back 9. It's a little bit different because it was remade about 8 or 9 years ago. And that's a little bit more open. So you get 2 kind of different golf courses, all pristine, great tracks to play. It'll be a lot of fun to get out there and compete. And one of the nice things about it is when you come into 18, where the clubhouse is situated, there's a nice little veranda where your friends can look down and watch you finish up on the 18th hole. They're either cheering for you or they're booing you.
Nice.
I know I'll be haggling some guys as they come in since I'm in the third group. So, Cliff, just get ready for it.
Hey, I'm ready. I'm used to it with you, man.
Nice. So, my guys in St. Louis, I'll just tell you right now, and I just went ahead and we haven't technically put it on our schedule officially, but it's going on there. I get asked once a week, why isn't Old Kinderhook on the schedule? Why isn't Old Kinderhook on the schedule? I'm like, it's not in my territory anymore. So you got to talk to Jamal. And so obviously Old Kinderhook's great. St. Louis will show up there to make that a fun weekend with you. I know we're off that weekend. But what are some other golf courses that, guys need to show up in Missouri and come play?
Yeah, so we got some great courses coming up. In fact, our next term we have coming up is April 30th at Tanglewood. We call it the Challenge at Tanglewood. For those of you that have had the opportunity to come over, Tanglewood is kind of like a hidden gem in Fulton, Missouri, and it's one of those tracks where it's a nice layout. Greens are usually really nice. I mean, it's just one of those little hidden gems. It's like you get done playing, you're like, wow, that was a nice track. I really enjoyed that. And that's the feeling that you have. And then you add the APT kind of spicing that up for it, making it that much better. It'll be a great experience. After that, we go to Hale Ridge, and we're calling that the Clash at Hale Ridge, and that'll be May 6th. That's a course over in Boonville, Missouri. And so it's right off the highway. You can kind of see it. It's a great layout. A lot of guys love going over there and playing. That will be another great track to get out there and play. And,
Jamal?
Your skills. Yeah.
That's not May 6th, though. May 6th is Mules National.
I'm sorry. It's. I apologize. Yeah. So it's May 15th. I apologize. I got the wrong date there. It's May 15th in Boonville. But jumping back to May 6th, this kind of goes back to, how we have this family kind of working together. Jake and I are working on an event between our two areas, between Midmo and Kansas City, and doing a combined event at Mules National. I
love that course.
For the St. Louis guys, if you get an opportunity, please come over. That is another one of those hidden gems. That was an old country club, and I forget the lady's name, but it's part of the Walton family. They dumped a lot of money into it because the college there also plays there. They have their facility. They built them a new football stadium. They took the golf course, and it is nice. I'll tell you what, I went and played TPC Deer Run last year, and I remember commenting about the bunkers. I thought the bunkers there were every bit as nice at Mules National from the standpoint of that's the kind of money they put in it to rebuild it. It's a great track. Number 18. Don't be scared. It's an island green.
Yep.
There's a clubhouse on the back kind of again. The boys are going to be there watching you come in. So some great environments to play golf and something to get excited about. A lot of, like I say, great golf courses. And then one more I just wanted to talk about, which is another one going towards the lake, not quite at Lake of the Ozarks, but it's called Redfield. And that tournament we're calling the Rumble at Redfield. Another really nice track, kind of off the highways. Again, we have a lot of these hidden gems. They're just, in these different places, and golfers know about them. Like, oh yeah, I love that track. Well, Redfield is a track where bent grass, bent tees, bent fairways, bent greens in the middle of Missouri, which is typically unheard of. I mean, we have Gateway that has those kind of setups, but the majority of the times we're dealing with the Zoysia. But to have the bent, it's a little bit different experience, and that track too is a lot of fun. Great theater there as well. So all in all, we're really excited about this year. I can't express enough the family feel. It's like we have a group of golfers working together to make this good, and there's a lot of support. And I hope you guys get an opportunity to come out and join us in one of our events.
Well, speaking about the culture, there's not many events you go to and you don't see multiple chapter owners at. It happens quite often.
That's true. We do like to travel. I didn't like to travel before. I just, well, we didn't have anything to travel to, really, so it was different. They've tried to copy suit what Matt and Jody have done, and so good on Matt and Jody leading the charge there. But yeah, it's definitely gotten the chapter owners out and traveling and getting to know people, and then the director's retreat and stuff like that. It was a lot of fun.
Yeah, it only makes us better at the end of the day to provide the playing opportunities for all the members out there.
Yeah, certainly. Want to answer Rick's comment in the chat real quick and jump in. Senior North American Championship is going to be 3 days instead of 2. We are working on some website updates. We've got some really cool stuff in store for you guys on the website. We've been working hard on that, giving some more functionality to our website we're excited about. And then we do not have the course rotation 100% ready to announce. We do have the courses. We're just going to let that ink dry in the contract before we announce it. So need one more week to get that done. So Randy, the Friday event and Memorial Weekend for points. That is correct. You can get points. And I'm playing the Friday event and Memorial Day, so you can take your beating on Friday and then try to win the tournament on Saturday and Sunday. And just so you know, for the members, I'm not mean to all the members, just Randy.
Just the ones that deserve it.
Correct. I don't know. Scott, what are your thoughts? We'll do like final thoughts. Steal it off of ESPN. So final thoughts. Scott Ponywash, go for it.
What are my final thoughts? Honestly, it's APT is just such a fun tour, and it's funny because I was thinking when I saw Cliff pop up, I was like, he and I first met at Whistling Straits and played Black Wolf Run together. Met a lot of other guys. Luke, who also runs the Rocky Mountain chapter, traveled out to Sand Hollow and Copper Rock, last year. Got to know a bunch of the guys on that tour, and now we see each other and run into each other around the country. It's the APT is just so great with the travel aspect and being able to move around the country, play pretty much like bucket list courses year after year. Even on our local tour, I've had a chance to play Pound Ridge, but it's a Pete Dye sort of secret sleeper on our East Coast tour. I think it's one of the top public courses in the country, if I'm not mistaken. And, so there's just so many great courses, even on the local tours. It's just so much fun, and it's been exciting to watch all the new stuff get added and all the hard work that's gone into it, and getting to know so many great people, become friends and play rounds and get invited to other tours. So it's fun.
Definitely. We'll come out to the Midwest and see us.
I know. I owe you guys a trip to St. Louis. So
you do owe us a trip to St. Louis for sure. Definitely. Cliff, what are your final thoughts?
Scott said, every bucket list course. My wife's getting real tired of hearing that. She's like, your bucket list is about damn empty. But I just, to be able to meet so many people and continue to see them, it's not just a one-time deal, really forge those friendships, doing something that we all love to do. It's awesome to be able to do that. And, there's a reason that you guys are in my pocket more than my wife is. So, but I love it. I'm going to continue to play as long as as long as I'm healthy enough to get on the cart. I'm going to play, and you guys are the best.
Well, thank you. I'm not sure how I feel about, the whole thing with your wife and the competition. I'm not sure if that fits our business model, but
I see you guys more than I see my wife.
There we go. So once again, I'm not commenting on that. I'm sure my fiance is watching, so I've got to be very careful on what I say. So I get beat up. I am staying in Kirksville, Missouri tonight, so as long as they don't make her mad enough that she remembers it for 4 days when I get home. So I guess I might have a little bit of grace at this point. But Jamal, first year chapter owner, what are your final thoughts?
Yeah, for me, it comes back down to just camaraderie. We talked about meeting people that we hadn't met before, and we're still friends. I'm looking at some of the things on the chat and just the fun banter back and forth, and this is what it's about. Having a good time, playing some good golf, playing some bucket list courses. You can't beat that. Definitely the best amateur tour, hands down.
Cool. D-Rock?
Just, the amount of people that we get to meet on a day-to-day basis and talk to on a day-to-day basis makes all this worth it. I've met a lot of my great friends, lifelong friends, through all this. And, I kind of feel like that I owe it back to the public to get the same opportunities for everybody else. And that's just speaks to the culture of what we have. And it's not going anywhere.
No, that's for sure, man. You guys are killing it in Atlanta. We're super proud of you guys. Can't wait to be down for an event. And, I guess my final thoughts, I'm going to use them to answer a couple questions. Rick, pre-tourney tournament at Branson, we have something in the works. We're working on that. Don Hamlet, I don't have words for your comment. And Rex, what's in the swag bag? You have to tune in next week. We've got the first piece of it in, where everything else is shipped. We're just waiting on it to show up. As soon as we have it, if you tune in, we will give you a live look at that as we're trying to get everything shipped out. I think our drop dead date on everything's April 8th. So the week of the 10th and 12th, we'll start getting everything out to everybody. The thing you need to know right now about the swag bag is my fiance hates me. Our warehouse right now is our garage, which means pray for warm weather because she's parking outside for a couple weeks. That's the moral of the story. So other than that, life is good, but play well this weekend. Looking forward to being with you guys in Iowa, Mid-Mo, and Memphis. 16 tournaments going all around the country this week. So what, Derek?
We'll see you down there Monday.
Yeah, we'll see you Monday, and have a good tournament this week in Atlanta. And Jamal, looking forward to teeing it up with you tomorrow. We're going to have a good time. And Cliff, I know I always see you. So, Pony,
Yep.
Hopefully I'll see you soon.
See you at Omni.
And Omni, I cannot wait, with the Friday event. So make sure to tune into that. We will see you guys next week. So have a good weekend.
Later, boys.
See you guys.
You can play in any chapter that you want. So you get to meet people from anywhere.